Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ivmf's VetNet for our session with LinkedIn Learning. My name is Ashley Squires, and I'm the Manager of Alumni Services for the Institute for Veterans and Military Families at Syracuse University. In this role, I manage our alumni engagement efforts and relationship management efforts with our Institute's program alumni. It is my pleasure to introduce today's special guest, Gabriela Carvalho, who joins us from San Francisco today. She currently serves as a customer success manager for LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning offers a customized learning experience that features instructional content relevant to your professional interests and goals. Gabriela has been at LinkedIn for 2 years, helping organizations create internal cultures of learning and development. And next we have Jason Mckenzie, who joins us from DC, where he's a cybersecurity engineer with PCI Strategic Management. He currently serves as a cyber operations officer in the Air National Guard. In his civilian role, Jason supports the Air Force Lifecycle Management Center as a security control assessor representative. He credits LinkedIn Learning as his primary method to maintain relevancy by continuing to learn new skills and staying well-informed with innovative technologies. Jason is a November 2017 graduate of Ivmf's Onward to Opportunity program. Welcome. So I will be monitoring the session with some assistance from my colleague Elvis Avdic, the Ivmf's post-program support advisor. He'll be monitoring the YouTube channel throughout the course of this session and introduce any questions that come through to our guests. Gabriela and Jason, welcome and thank you for joining us today. So we're now going to give each of our guests a few minutes to run through a more in-depth introduction of themselves and relationship to LinkedIn Learning. Gabriela, welcome to VetNet, and we'll start with you.
Thanks, Ashley. Hi, everyone. I'm Gabriela. I'm a customer success manager here at LinkedIn Learning. Like Ashley mentioned, I've been here at LinkedIn for 2 years now. As a customer success manager, my job is to be a product specialist. So I'm working with the organizations that we partner with. I'm helping them build cultures of learning. I'm helping the customers with their experience and increasing their engagement with the platform. And ultimately, I'm here to make sure that users are able to reach their learning outcomes. So yeah, we've been partnering with Ivmf over the last year or so now, and we're just so excited to be able to give you all access to such a powerful tool for professional and personal development that is LinkedIn Learning. So thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Gabriela. Jason, thank you for joining us as well, and we'll move next on to you.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. So as Ashley said, I'm Jason Mckenzie. Currently, I am in DC, but I live and reside in the state of Alabama. So roll tide for all the college football fans. I have the privilege of wearing multiple hats. First, as Ashley mentioned, as a cybersecurity engineer with PCI supporting the BESPEO. I'm also a cyber officer with the Air National Guard. And lastly, I kind of serve part-time as a vulnerability analyst with Aflotech, which is operational and test eval and weapon systems and things of that nature. So what brings me here today really is my passion for learning and growing as a professional. I've been fortunate to earn 4 DoD 8570 high-level certs this year. Based on my opportunity with Ivmf, being in the November 2017 cohort, and also using LinkedIn Learning. So hopefully I'm able to provide some insight as far as, blue suit wear and also a civilian engineer. And any questions, please let me know.
Thanks, Jason. And thank you again, Gabriela. So before we go into a more deep dive into what LinkedIn Learning has to offer our program participants and alumni, Jason, let's start with you on your experience utilizing the platform as an Ivmf alum. So my first question for you is, can you talk about how you use the platform and what your experience has been like?
Sure. So basically in my role, it's a lot of assessing of new technologies. And one thing is there are a lot of different resources for learning, whether they're labs and things like that. But the one thing that the platform LinkedIn Learning provided is relevant and up-to-date current information. So I think a lot of you that work in cybersecurity, there's multiple sites, and then you look at when that information was written or when that course was built, 2013, 2014. I mean, a 4-year-old course in today's climate, that it's obsolete at this point. So I would say my experience has been great, just on the simple fact that, I'm able to, listen to these videos, watch these videos, connect with people that have experienced similar things based on the instructors themselves being able to reach out to them, and then also people that have watched the course and things like that. So I would say that it has definitely propelled me to the next level of my career. And I tell people come to my desk like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Listening to LinkedIn. It background plays, and I'm probably spending 6 hours a day. So yeah, it's a great study tool, and I recommend this tool for anyone in any field, not just cybersecurity, but whether it's medical, education, finance, what have you. If you're trying to progress as a professional, then you should definitely take on the opportunity to be a lifelong learner.
Great, thank you. And one thing I do want to mention, I know you and I connected on this yesterday, and that some people, you mentioned that some people listen to podcasts, some people listen to music when they want to relax or just have something going on in the background, and you choose LinkedIn Learning. Can you talk a little about what we discussed yesterday on, getting that knowledge,
Sure.
constantly coming at you, and just kind of that process that you work through?
Awesome. Yeah. So, for example, like the CISSP exam, my motto is, take 30 days for whatever you're doing, whatever exam or certification that you're trying to take. So, from the time that, normally I'm up in the morning, probably until late afternoon, early evening, I'm playing LinkedIn Learning. I'm playing it in the car, on the drive, at my desk. And so it's just immersion. I would say total immersion. And I mean, of course, if you have meetings and things like that, you have to pull away from it, but you just kind of reduce the clutter. And, I think when you're obsessed with whatever you're doing, then that it kind of gives you the confidence and that knowledge. And, that's how you move forward in a career. So having that passion for it, I think that's what you need to excel.
Great, thank you. And one more question I have for you before we, roll it over to Gabby here is, what would you tell your fellow Ivmf alumni that the benefits are from utilizing LinkedIn Learning?
Like I said before, I think the biggest benefit is really just the relevancy. And for example, one of the CISSP instructors is Mike Chappell out of Notre Dame. And I mean, if you've listened to any of the other training tools, you really don't know the guy on the other end that's teaching. You can't really get the credibility. You don't know what his background is. But one thing about LinkedIn is, for every course that I've watched, whether it's AWS, whether it's Azure, whether it's any other of the security or technology-based classes, it's usually someone that hasn't been in the field, and then now they're just building content, but that's actively working in the field and building content. So you have guys from IBM, Facebook, I mean, you name it. And I think that to me is the biggest benefit, because, as a veteran and as someone that served in the military, when you get out into industry, the one thing you want to be able to do is speak the language. So I think this is kind of, of course you have to work through a career and get yourself to that point, but, to be able to have a platform that's giving you this information at a relatively good price, if not provided by an organization, I think that to me, that's the biggest benefit.
Great, thank you. And thank you for your valuable insight. We'll now move to Gabriella, who's going to take the lead to familiarize everyone watching with LinkedIn Learning. For those of you viewing the session via the YouTube live broadcast, feel free to utilize the channel right off to the right of the viewing pane and type any questions you have in for our guests. We'll make sure to leave time at the end to answer as many questions as we can over the YouTube chat channel as possible. So Gabby, the floor is yours.
Thank you. And thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Jason. Jason, that's music to my ears. We love to hear that. Yeah, that's great. What I was planning to do here is to do a little bit of a deep dive and actually screen share and show you a little bit of the platform. But before, I just wanted to give you a little bit of context and a little bit of history on LinkedIn Learning and our partnership with lynda.com. So let me share my screen, and Ashley, just confirm that you can see it once I share it. Okay, here we go.
Yes, you're all set.
Perfect. So, yeah, so LinkedIn as a company, they purchased lynda.com about 3 years ago to enroll in this partnership. And for those not familiar with lynda.com, they've been in the content market for about 22 years now. They have over 11,000 courses now, and that means that they are adding about 1,800 courses per year to the platform. So what Jason said about having always content up to date is so accurate. We're adding about 35 new courses per week. So that's a whole lot of content. So we want to make sure that everything on our platform is really up to date. Not only that, but as Jason mentioned, we vet all of our instructors. So all of our courses are really taught by experts in their field. And then lastly, what we do as well is we have a very high quality, very high production value to all of our courses. So you're going to get that LinkedIn.com and lynda.com quality when you log in. So across the board. Fun fact about this is actually we have the second biggest production studios outside of Hollywood, down in Southern California. So with that, we're able to bring you this high quality coursework. And then we're marrying that with LinkedIn's data. So with LinkedIn, you have over 5 million, almost over 6 million professionals on our platform now. We're able to grab all of their data, all of their information about skills. And what we then do is we're able to provide you the right courses, the relevant courses to you at the right time. As Jason was talking about, he's taking courses on AWS. We know that he's interested in that. We know that that's his field. So when we do have a new updated version of a new course in AWS, we're going to push it out to him, and he's most likely going to take that because he wants to be kept up to date with his skills. And then just wanted to just show you here that we're really proud of our trusted content. So we have that Lynda content that, they've been in that field for 22 years. We have you're able to put in your own content into the platform as well. We have our world-class support here with my team as customer success managers, also technical support. You have highly relevant information that is brought to you at the right time, and it's accessible and intuitive. So most of you are already familiar with LinkedIn.com. You're able to navigate the platform. LinkedIn Learning is not all that different. It's built on top of LinkedIn, and for those who already have it, is a breeze to go through the platform. So that's what I wanted to show you. What I'm going to do now is go into LinkedIn Learning and kind of do a little bit of a quick demo and just show you how it works. So the best way to log into LinkedIn Learning is to just go to your LinkedIn.com feed. Here's mine, and we'll go into my account. I will click here on the work tab, and that will pull me into this learning tile right here. So opening up my learning portal, take me a second. So this is it. This is the user homepage where everyone's able to come and see what you're always going to see up top here is the courses that you have in progress. So things that I've been taking but I haven't finished yet. You're going to see what is recommended to you by your leadership and organization. So here are some courses that my manager has recommended to me, and I should probably be taking these soon. Over here are the skills I follow. So much like when you set up your Netflix account, the first page after registration is they just show you a page with tons of movies, and they ask you, Gabriella, what movies have you watched in the past that you really liked? Can you select a few just so that we can build a very personalized experience for you? So I select a few and then go from there. Same thing with LinkedIn Learning. The first page that you're going to see after you register is a page with a ton of skills and a search bar for if you want to add more skills. And we're asking you, what do you want to focus on? What are your interests? Can you select a field so that a few of these skills so that we can customize the experience for you? So these are skills I have selected based on my role now, and they're always changing, so I'm able to edit these right here. But these are the ones I have now. I like to keep them simple and short. So I have some relating to my role right now, but I also have personal finance because my personal interest, and it's always good to know more about money. So these are the skills I follow. And based on this, LinkedIn Learning as I scroll down, I'm going to see courses that are recommended to me because of the skills I follow and because I have connected my LinkedIn profile. I can see here the courses that my coworkers have taken or just my network has taken and the courses that they have liked. So if I am interested, I can go ahead and take it. As I scroll down, I can see that more courses are recommended to me based on what's trending on LinkedIn, based on courses that I have saved from the past, 30-minute courses. So if I don't have, like a whole hour or 2 hours to spend on a course, I know that I'm gonna get my learnings in a short period of time. So that's important to me. And the further down I scroll, the more specific to my skills the courses recommendation is going to be tailored. So just so you know, I'm gonna go into, also up here, you're going to have a search tab, a search field that you can search for a skill, a subject. If you know the name of a instructor that is in our platform, you can go ahead and search for that person. But if you don't know what you're looking for, you can just click on the library, and our library is divided into 3 sections. We know that we have, as I mentioned, we have 11,000 courses in there. So sometimes it's just a little overwhelming to know what you really want to get out of here. So we divide it into business, creative, and technology sections. So we make it pretty easy for you to access any of the sections that you'd like. I'm going to show you here, just because for the sake of this, I'm going to show you the pathways that we have. We've been actively working with our veteran community, and we're just able to create a couple of military-focused learning paths. And I just want to show you what you have access to. So I just searched military, and it brought me to these 3 learning paths. So we have courses and really related to if you're going into a civilian employment, if you're going into from military to student life, or for military spouses. We know that as a military spouse, you tend to move from location to location, and what comes with that is, different economies, different sets of skills. So what was applicable in your past job might no longer be applicable in your next location. So we've made this pathway, made it easy for you to transition locations and so forth. So these are some of the courses that you have access to. I'm going to just do kind of a quick search for something else, just so you can get a feel of what it's like to be searching for a course and be actually taking a course. And I'll actually go into the anatomy of a course in a video in a little bit. So I just searched for Excel because I feel like I'm always actually searching for Excel here. I had to do a pivot table the other day, and I had no clue how to do that. So I just searched for Excel, and I can see here that I have over 8,000 results, and that's a little overwhelming to me. So that's quite a bit. What I can do then is go on the filters on the left here and filter it down a little bit so I can narrow down my search. So I know for sure that I'm a beginner at this. And then in terms of types of courses, I don't know if I have I don't know if I want a video or a course. A course is a collection of bite-sized videos. So I probably want a course just because I want to get, the full amount of information on this. And here it is. So we actually narrowed down to 106 results. This is a little more approachable. I can read through the results. So I actually found what I was looking for. So let's open this up. And this is a course. So I just like opening it up in a new tab. So here's the course. I can see that I can see the title up here. I can see who in my network has taken this course and actually liked this course. So this person's actually in my team and she's much more senior than me. So I love that. I should probably be taking this course to follow her path. I can get a little bit of course details right on the side here. I also get full information on how long the course is going to take. So I can, if I don't have a whole 23 minutes right now to finish this course, I know that I'll probably finish it later, but I can stop and come back to it later. I can like this course right here, so other people in my network can see that I've liked this course. I can save this course for later, or if I finish this course and I know I want to revisit this in the future, I can just save it here and it's going to my saved tab right up here. I can also recommend this course, which I do quite often, either on LinkedIn or by grabbing a link. I can also view it offline. I do this quite a bit. I love traveling and I feel like I'm always in an airplane. So for when I'm not feeling like watching a movie, I always have a few courses downloaded on my phone or my computer on the airplane, and I can just watch those right then and there. So it's great for those longer courses that actually take an hour or two to finish that you wouldn't have time otherwise. Definitely do it on your commute or while traveling. As I'm just moving over here to content, so this is a course, it's a 23-minute course, but I can also see all of the videos that are embedded in this course, and I can see how long that they take. Right next to the video, I have this little save tab here too, because I know that not all this information is going to be relevant to me. What I can do then is just save the videos, the bite-sized information, with a little check mark here. And once, if I am to revisit this course in the future, then I know exactly what to focus on. So I'll just leave those saved for now. Transcripts if I want to follow along. And then most of our courses have these exercise files. And what it is just a resource on the side for me to practice what I'm learning on this course. So I always take these just because I feel like the best way to learn is to really go ahead and practice. So I always take these, and it helps when the course can walk you through the steps of completing this. And lastly, you just have access to a notebook. So I always like taking notes. And this is actually a new enhancement of LinkedIn Learning. It's pretty recent. We didn't used to have it before, but it was really requested. So we have embedded in here. So if you want to take notes so that you can revisit it in the future, or you know what's relevant to you, you just type in a few notes, and they keep populating as you type them right here. And then let me get out of this course. I just wanted to show you my saved courses up here. Okay. So as I mentioned, you're always able to see what you have in progress, and you can just, you can pick up where you left off when you come back to LinkedIn Learning if you weren't able to finish the entire course or video. If you download our LinkedIn Learning app, you're actually able to pick up where you left off there as well. So the desktop and our app are always in sync, so you don't get lost in your videos. So I really like that, because in my commute, I always start courses when I'm at work, and then I go on my commute, and then I can finish or start something new from there. My saved courses, so courses and videos that I've saved for the future or that I haven't been able to finish and I want to come back to it. So I have it all saved right here. Collections are just 5 groups of courses and videos grouped together in a file format. So I have a couple of themes here. So sales, personal finance, and every course I find that fits within these themes, I go ahead and just add it on here so I can come back to it in the future. Courses by my organization. So yeah, so you all have access to this through Ivmf, and Ivmf and Ivmf can actually push out content to you if they do wish to do that. And these are all courses that were pushed out to me by my leadership. So jumping into learning history. Learning history is everything that I've learned in the past, so nothing gets lost. If I want to go back to something that I didn't save, I can do this, and I find myself often doing this because my manager is always asking me, what have I been learning the last week? And if I forget, it's always right here. And like I mentioned, the skills I follow are right here. If I do wish to add another skill, I can do that, or I can just delete a skill that is no longer relevant to me. So if I I was actually looking into negotiations the other day, I can just go ahead and add it here, and or just Google Analytics from here, Google AdWords, add it here, and then that is going to be immediately reflected into my feed in my homepage. So that was a little overview of the platform. I hope that was helpful. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
Thanks, Gabriella. One question I did want to ask you, or just do a follow-up with, is that, so you showed us different ways to get content, whether it's suggested by your skills or to go into the library and go through the over 11,000 courses that you do have offered. What would your advice be on choosing content when there's so much available? Like, what would be your advice on how to navigate all of this content?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, it does get really overwhelming, and I've been working here and I still get overwhelmed because we are adding 35 new courses per week, and that's quite a bit. So what I would say is the selection of skills is really important, because then you're going to get courses that are recommended to you because of your experience and because of the things that you were saying that you're interested in. Something else is tying your LinkedIn profile there, because we are going to then get information from your network, see the people that you are actually in contact with, what they are learning, see the teams that you're in, and see what their skill set is. And if we see that there's a gap, we're going to then recommend to you those skills for you to just brush up on or actually start learning. So there are a couple different ways, but I say definitely set a couple of skills, at least 5, and get really detailed about this, just naming the skill, just so that we can know what you want to focus in and select and push out just relevant information to your side.
Great, thank you. And a couple questions that came in through our chat feature. Thank you everyone for posting questions. If you have any more, throughout the remainder of the session, feel free to put them in the YouTube chat, and we'll answer them as we can. So the first few questions are from Dawn and Kelly, and they talk about how much LinkedIn Learning is, and that there's a free trial and their price. I'm going to kick this one off, and then Gabby, you can take it away as well. But through the Ivmf, we have a partnership with LinkedIn Learning through November of 2019, of where we are offering LinkedIn Learning free of charge for our Ivmf program graduates. So whether you went through our Onward to Opportunity program at an installation or online, or if you went through any of our majority of our entrepreneurship programs, you are eligible to sign up for LinkedIn Learning. And we can always send you that information on how to sign up through our channels. But we do offer that free of charge to continue your learning after you finish your coursework or finish your residencies with our entrepreneurship program. We do offer that additional professional development as a partnership with LinkedIn Learning. But Gabby, do you want to talk about the normal cost of this of LinkedIn Learning?
Yes, I'm happy to. So yeah, you do have that free subscription through Ivmf. Also, if you are, whether you are an active member of the military now or a veteran spouse, you can get access to LinkedIn Learning through LinkedIn Premium. If you go to veterans.linkedin.com, you can sign up for LinkedIn Premium there, and LinkedIn Learning comes with that. So you get access to LinkedIn Learning for free in 2 different ways. If you are watching this and you really don't qualify, then you can actually purchase LinkedIn Learning. We give you a month of a free trial if you sign up for the first time. After that is $30 a month.
Great, thank you. And one question that came in was, how long is Ivmf's free trial? So our partnership right now is through November of next year. So feel free to email ivmfalumni@syr.edu, and we'll send you to the proper avenue to sign up by being an Ivmf alum for LinkedIn Learning for free. But one question I want to throw to you, Gabby, is there a course limit? Like, is there a maximum number of courses that you can take in a certain time, like per month, or is there any sort of limitation on courses?
So the limit does not exist. You can take as many courses as you'd like. I know Jason was saying that he spends about 6 hours a day. Yeah, you can spend all day on LinkedIn Learning. There are a couple of courses that are actually 18 hours long because that's how detailed and technical they are. So yeah, you're welcome to spend the entire day on LinkedIn Learning. We would probably flag you and reach out to you just to understand what exactly you're doing. But we love it. So yeah, you can watch as many courses as you'd like. Yeah, it's really unlimited.
That's great. Thank you. A few other questions came in. So if you haven't quite, this question deals with that they're scheduled to start with Ivmf in one of our programs, and do they have to wait until their course starts? So what I would do is email us separately offline. We'd just have to see where you are starting the program and kind of some other factors before we grant you access to LinkedIn Learning, because one great feature is that we want you to be able to finish your coursework that you have with Ivmf. So whether that's Skillsoft or your other online or residency portions of your education through entrepreneurship or onward to opportunity first, before you kind of go into LinkedIn Learning, because as Gabriella and Jason mentioned, there's so much content out there to assist you in prepping for your certification exam, but we want to make sure you get the first foundational elements that we provide to help you, reach that industry certification. So definitely email us offline. You can send it to ivmfalumni@syr.edu, and we can definitely answer your question. The next one is from Mark Shores. What if you are already getting LinkedIn free from another source? Once that subscription has ended, can we extend it through Ivmf? So we do offer for LinkedIn Learning. Premium is something separate that I'm sure Gabby could touch on. But for LinkedIn Learning, we do have the licenses through November of next year. So as long as you are an Ivmf program graduate from one of the programs that we offer, we can offer you that resource. The next one that came in is from Marcus Hall. There are a lot of cybersecurity certifications out there. Which certifications are hot right now for entry-level positions as a cybersecurity engineer? Jason, do you want to take that one? Because I'm not sure. If not, we can discuss offline.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I would say that, there's different tracks, specifically for, government employees. We have what's called a DoD 8570, which takes you through 2 primary tracks, whether it's technology or management, and then we have different tertiary, whether it's network defense or auditing or things of that nature. So I would say as an engineer, it just depends on where you sit. As far as if you're, on the technical side, then of course things like OSCP, GCIH, any of the CCNP, CCIE, those type of certifications are great to have. Technology is vast and wide. So, I mean, it could be cloud, it could be network, it could be applications. But I do think that the CISSP is kind of the mecca, if you will, for a lot of individuals. But it just depends on who you're talking to. Currently, I'm at a SANS conference, and if you talk to a lot of these guys, they'll tell you that, it's the offensive stuff that really teaches you the defense. And then, in my line of work as an assessor, more of an auditor, it's more of the CISSP and the management side. So I know I saw the question about talking offline. I'm frequent on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn probably just as much as I'm on LinkedIn Learning. So because they go hand in hand. So I would, definitely love to talk offline about all of that. But I guess the short answer to that, it's really, it depends. Because entry level, maybe Security Plus, but I could go on and on that. But just for the sake of brevity, I would say CISSP would be the preferred by most organizations.
Great, thanks, Jason. And one follow-up question I had to that is when you were looking at, Ivmf programs and the Onward to Opportunity program specifically to, get training and eventually get your industry certification. Did you know and come in that you knew you wanted to take the CSSIP, or did you, connect with our enrollment team and kind of talk through it with them, or did you kind of have a clear goal of what you were coming in for?
I had a clear goal. So about 3 years ago, when I commissioned as a cyber officer, I kind of knew that track. And as a traditional guardsman, it just kind of worked hand in hand. So when the opportunity presented itself as a Title 32 airman, I jumped on it immediately. So I kind of knew I had a pretty good background. So a lot of the material, I kind of already had a good awareness of it, but I have to name drop Miss Jillian Johansson was my advisor, and she was awesome. So every opportunity I get to kind of throw her name out there, but yeah, she emailed me and motivated me, and I think I was late on one of the checkpoints that I had to meet, and she was like, "It's okay," and I felt pretty bad about it, but yeah, she definitely was. Someone that, I definitely think for her role in helping me progress. So not to go off course, but I definitely had to drop her name because the entire program was just great. Oh,
that's great. Thank you, Jason. And we love Jillian. She's a great Ivmf team member. So thank you for that comment.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions through our channel? All right. Well, one thing I did want to mention while we're waiting for a few other questions to come in, if anyone has any before we wrap up, is that whether like Jason, what you're coming in for industry certifications, or if you kind of just know that you're interested in one, you can definitely talk to our team here and they'll be able to guide you based on what your professional goals are. And then after you complete your courses through Ivmf, you will be eligible for LinkedIn Learning, and a lot of our alumni have gone on to utilize LinkedIn Learning as kind of a supplemental educational tool while they're prepping for their industry certification exam. And whether you are or you're just in it for more professional development, the resources out there, like Gabriella mentioned, there's over 11,000. So they're really endless, and you use the platform, you'll get what you put into it. And it's really just a valuable resource out there for your continued professional development and growth. So if there are any other questions, I don't see any other coming in. So what we'll do is we'll wrap up for today. Gabriella and Jason, thank you so much for your time and sharing your experiences. Elvis, thank you for helping monitor the YouTube chat channel. This session will be posted on the Ivmf VetNet page for future viewing access. So in the event that you know someone who missed the live session here or would benefit by seeing it, feel free to share the link with them. And I'll also be sending this link directly to everyone who RSVP'd via our Eventbrite for today's VetNet. So you should be receiving your that in your inbox at some point today. So if you have any other questions for Gabriella and Jason, I know they mentioned to connect with them directly on LinkedIn, but you can also always email any questions you have to ivmfalumni@syr.edu. And as well as if you would like to sign up for LinkedIn Learning, please make sure to contact our team and we'll make sure you get through the right route to access this resource for free. So thank you everyone for joining us today. This is our last VetNet session for 2018, so stay tuned for upcoming VetNet webinars scheduled for 2019. If there's ever any topics you'd be interested in us covering more or getting speakers on, again, email that to us to the email address that I've been saying over and over again, ivmfalumni@syr.edu, and we'll gladly take that into consideration. So I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.